I'm here for a meeting.
Get out of this bank!
What would you do if you watched a bank teller talk to a black man like he was a criminal, only for her to find out he owned the entire bank? A single moment of prejudice can flip a life upside down. And on that quiet morning, someone was about to learn that lesson the hard way. Before we continue, welcome to Untold Voices. If you enjoy these eye-opening stories, tap that like button, subscribe, and tell us where you're watching from. We love seeing how far these stories travel. His name was Daniel Carter. To anyone passing by, he looked like a regular man dressed for a job interview. Navy suit, neat hair, calm expression. But behind that quiet appearance was a long history of struggle, growth, and hard-earned success. Daniel didn't grow up with money or connections. He grew up in a neighborhood where bills were late, lights went out, and dreams had to survive rough ground. He learned early that nothing would be handed to him. He cleaned offices with his mother. He caught buses before sunrise to get to school. He studied until his eyes burned. He worked 2 jobs through college. He built small businesses, lost them, started again. Most people quit in moments like that. He didn't. He pushed forward until his finance company finally took off. Clients trusted him. Investors followed him. Over the years, he bought several failing banks and saved thousands of jobs. And Pinewood First Bank, where he was standing now, was his most important acquisition. But Daniel never bragged. He never arrived with security or a crowd. He believed in staying humble, blending in, and treating everyone with respect. Nobody in that lobby knew they were standing next to the owner. Behind the counter stood Lisa. Lisa was the type of employee who treated her job like a throne. She wasn't a manager. She wasn't a supervisor. She wasn't even senior staff. But the small amount of authority she did have, she used it to judge, to look down on, to control. Around customers she liked, she was sweet. Around customers she didn't, her voice turned sharp, her smile vanished, and her eyes narrowed. Her coworkers knew how she was. Some avoided her when they could. Some rolled their eyes after she turned her back. Some whispered about how many complaints she barely dodged. But she always acted perfectly when supervisors were watching. And today, with no supervisor in sight, she decided Daniel was beneath her. The bank was quiet, organized, peaceful. Daniel stepped up to the counter, offering a polite nod. He had arrived early for a scheduled meeting and planned to handle a small transaction before heading upstairs. The moment Lisa looked at him, something in her face changed. Her stare hardened. Her posture stiffened. She gave him a cold, suspicious look from head to toe. She didn't hide it. She didn't soften it. She didn't even pretend. Her tone came out flat and rude. "I'm going to need extra ID." Daniel blinked, confused but calm. Of course. He handed her his ID. She didn't check it. Not really. She skimmed it for half a second and shoved it back. "I said valid ID." Daniel kept his voice steady. "That is valid." Lisa let out an annoyed breath. "Sir, don't waste my time, and don't hold up the line." There were barely 3 people waiting. Daniel tried again. "I'm actually here for a meeting." Lisa crossed her arms. "With who?" "With senior management," Daniel replied. Lisa gave a short, mocking laugh. "Right. Sure you are." Daniel didn't react. "If you're trying to cash something fake, just say it," she continued. "It'll save both of us time." "I'm not here for anything illegal," Daniel said calmly. Lisa leaned forward. "I know the signs. People like you always try something." The entire room froze. Those words dropped like stones. Daniel didn't snap. He didn't raise his voice. He just lowered his eyes for a moment, tired. Not from her, but from a lifetime of moments just like this. Before he could respond, the door to the executive offices swung open. 3 executives walked out mid-conversation until their eyes landed on Daniel. Their whole mood shifted. "Mr. Carter," one of them said, hurrying over. "Sir, we didn't expect you yet." Lisa's jaw dropped. Her eyes widened. Her face lost all color. "You know him?" she whispered. The executive looked at her like she had lost her mind. "Know him? He owns this bank." The air went dead silent. Daniel didn't raise his voice. He didn't gloat. He didn't even look angry. He simply said, "I've been here for 10 minutes. The executives turned back to Lisa slowly. "Is there a reason you were speaking to him like that?" one asked. Lisa stuttered. I didn't know. He looked. I thought, this is all just a misunderstanding." But she couldn't escape what everyone had heard. Daniel looked at her with calm disappointment, an expression far heavier than anger. I don't allow disrespect in my company, he said softly, especially not discrimination. Her eyes filled with panic. Security approached her quietly, professionally. Ma'am, one of them said, please come with us. Lisa backed up, shaking. No, please, this isn't fair. I didn't mean it like that. He was acting suspicious. I didn't know. Please. Her voice cracked. Her excuses tumbled out like a waterfall. But no one believed her. No one supported her. No one stepped forward to defend the way she had behaved. Customers stared with disgust. Some whispered. Some shook their heads. Security guided her toward the door, her hands trembling, her face pale. Every step she took out of that building felt like a step away from the life she thought she had. Daniel didn't watch her leave. He simply turned to the executives and said, terminate her employment today. And that was it. Within hours, her badge was deactivated. Her job was gone. Her benefits gone. Her chances of working in banking again, gone. Marked as ineligible for rehire across multiple institutions. The career she built on false confidence collapsed in a single morning because she judged the wrong man. Daniel finished his meeting upstairs, but the moment at the counter stayed with him. Not because it shocked him. He had lived through moments like that his entire life, but because it reminded him why he worked so hard to build spaces where people could feel safe and respected. The lobby returned to normal slowly, but no one forgot what they saw. It was a living reminder. Never judge someone by how they look. Never assume someone is less than you. Never think arrogance comes without consequences, because the person you mistreat today might be the one signing your paycheck tomorrow. If this story hit you, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone, and drop a comment telling us where you're watching from. Untold Voices brings you the stories the world tries to hide. Stick around for more.